the dragon's fiery courage. Once upon a time in the mystical land of Draconia, there lived a young dragon named Drake. Unlike other dragons who reveled in their fiery breath, Drake was different. He was scared of his own fire. Every time he attempted to breathe out flames, he would tremble with fear and produce nothing but a feeble puff of smoke. Drake's timidity made him an outcast among his dragon peers. They mocked him and called him Smoke Breath. He spent most of his days in isolation, away from the fiery training sessions and boisterous dragon games. But despite his fear, Drake dreamed of being a hero and proving himself to be a true dragon. One day, a fierce storm descended upon Draconia, and the village was in grave danger. A colossal tree had fallen, blocking the only entrance and exit, trapping the entire village. The other dragons tried to clear the way with their fiery breath, but it was no use. The storm had dampened their flames and the tree remained immovable. Desperation filled the air, and the villagers turned to Drake, their last hope. Drake hesitated, his heart pounding in his chest. The fear of his own fire still gnawed at him, but he couldn't let his people down. With trembling wings, Drake approached the fallen tree. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and exhaled with all his might. A small wisp of smoke emerged, but this time, something incredible happened. The smoke began to swirl, dance, and grow brighter and hotter until it transformed into a blazing fire. Drake's fear had turned into courage, and his once timid flames were now a mighty blaze. With determination burning in his eyes, Drake unleashed his newfound power on the fallen tree. The flames roared, and piece by piece, the massive obstacle began to crackle and burn until it was reduced to ashes. The villagers cheered, their gratitude and admiration for Drake echoing through the valley. From that day on, Drake was no longer known as Smoke Breath. He had become Fireheart, the bravest and most courageous dragon in Draconia. He had conquered his fear and discovered the true power that lay within him. But what was even more remarkable was the lesson he had taught everyone in the village. Courage, he showed, was not the absence of fear but the willingness to face it and overcome it. Drake had proven that sometimes the most powerful flames are those that burn in the heart.